one thing that we do as leaders is we're pushing hard for month end, but we also have to be ready for July 1st and to be able to just launch the month with more excitement. Okay. So if you're feeling tired right now and you have all the emotions of maybe you have some negative emotions like frustration and anger and sadness, or maybe just like complete excitement and exhaustion and overwhelm, know that all of these are completely normal. Okay. On the last day of the month. And to be a leader, to be a team leader. So, you want to grow a team, you want to go Ruby, you want to go Emerald, you want to go Diamond, Double, Triple, all the way up to Master. You guys, to be a team leader, you got to make sure that you stay like this the whole time. Okay. But not like this down low, but like this up high the whole entire time. Okay. And so, believe it or not, you guys, I have bad days. I have bad days a lot of times, right? There are days where I don't feel good. I don't want to get up and work out. I don't want to eat healthy. In fact, I eat cake in bed sometimes. It's fine. But you guys, I'm never going to let you guys know when I'm having a bad day, because my bad day isn't going to reflect on my team, and it's not going to cause you to have a bad day. So one lesson in leadership is you got to make sure that you stay like this, right? And you're allowed to have a bad day. You're allowed to tell people like, hey, I'll have to call you back in about 30 minutes because I've got something else going on. And then if you got to go cry in the bedroom, then you go cry in the bedroom and you call them back in 30 minutes, ready to pour into them and give them what they need. That's what leaders do, okay? And so while it is the end of the month, while we are all feeling all of the things, number one, make sure that you are making your team feel valued and important and meeting them where they're at. Okay. And giving them the time, energy, and effort that they need to hit their goals. Okay. And so, number one, just make sure that you're being a kind human. Okay. As things get a little bit crazy. And then number two, you got to make sure that you're ready to go for tomorrow. Okay. You should have your new distributor steps to success printed out, your new, if you haven't printed out the Get Fit calendar, like all those things. Like when I go to bed tonight, I finished writing down my chart where we ended for numbers. I print out all my new pages and I make my office desk look nice and clean. And then I'm ready to go for July 1st. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like ready for a new month. Okay. And so as we are preparing for a new month, we're going to do some things a little bit different. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Run with the Pack chat. Now, I know that not everybody on this call is part of it, but the fact that you're on this call means that you probably should be part of it. Okay. I created this chat a couple months ago, maybe longer than that, maybe at the very beginning of the year. I can't remember, but I called it Run with the Pack because it was for the runners. It was for the people who were actively working their business, who I wanted to make sure that I was running with. That's why we named it Run with the Pack. And in this Run with the Pack chat, we happen to have some sprinters. Okay, if you're a sprinter, write the word sprint in the comments. We have some runners. So we've got some people who are long distance runners running with us. We've got some walkers. That's totally fine. Some walkers that are in that chat. We've got some sitters. They're just kind of sitting on the sidelines. They're like cheering us on, like, go you. They make a post for us here and there. And then we got some quitters. We got some people who decided that this wasn't for them, which is totally fine. But they're no longer actively working the business. They're not sitting on the sidelines. They're not a part of it anymore. And so the first thing we're going to do tonight is we're going to clean out that chat. It is for the people who are actively working their business, who can have all of our tips and tricks and advice to work and be successful in the business. Okay, so that's number one. And I noticed that nobody wrote that they were a sprinter in the comments. It's fine. Let's talk at the end of July. Once I get those glutes nice and tight, we'll see who the sprinters are. I don't know why. It's not even late and I'm acting crazy already. But you guys, I want that to be a chat that's running. Okay, so that way when people comment in there, then like they're getting feedback. We're not responding. Do not respond to the messages. Okay, but like they're pressing and holding and doing a love and pressing and holding and doing a thumbs up, and like the stuff that we're sharing is actually getting used because the people in the chat know how to use it, because they're actively on the calls, because they know what's going on. They know that, but do you guys know BOGO is going on right now, coffee? Don't drop anything in the chat if you don't know that, okay? Like people in the Run with the Pack chat are plugged in. They know what's going on. So when Kelly Jo posts a script, they know how to use it. And they're like, hey, that's awesome, but I'm going to change it and make it this instead. Okay. So that way when we're posting, hey, there's a Zoom call this time, this place, and it says 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, you guys know what time that is in your own time zone. Okay. Like there are people who know how to work the business that are in that chat that aren't completely lost and confused. It's for the runners. It's not for the newbies. It's for the runners. Okay. So we are going to be taking people out of there. And in July, I'm going to be posting a poll every night before I go to bed. Well, earlier than that, so that way East Coast has it ahead of time. But I'll be posting a poll in there for what you're going to do the next day. I have posted a poll in there already, and a lot of people said that having a daily accountability poll would be helpful. So I'm committed to doing that for you guys in July with a little bit of help from some other leaders when I need it, okay? And so it's just going to be basics because, you guys, this business is simple. We post, we message, we add friends, we do host-to-post, we do follow-ups, we share on our stories, we go live, we listen to personal development. Like all the things that we do are so simple and basic. And so it is going to be repetitive, but it's going to be a way for you to check things off. So what I'm going to see from this is if there's 30 people in the Run with the Pack chat, there should be 30 votes every single day. If you're not voting and checking in, then you're not running with us. Now, if you have a day where you lapse, that's fine. But if I don't see you in a week, then you're not running with us. Okay. Like this is going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Like something special that you get for running with us. And what is more special about it is your business is actually going to grow and you're going to get to where you want to go with doing these things. Okay. So, we're going to revamp the Run with the Pack chat. We're going to be doing polls in there on a daily basis. And I'm also going to give you guys a challenge in July that you're going to share your story a different way every day. So that's going to be part of the poll, or maybe I'll put like the paragraph after the poll as far as how you're going to share your story. One way that we sign distributors is by sharing our story, sharing where we were before, sharing where we are now, sharing where we're going, sharing a little piece of this, a little piece of that. And we're going to share our story a different way every single day. It might be in your stories. It might be on your Facebook page. It might be going live. It's probably going to push you outside your comfort zone a lot of the time, but you're going to do it because you want to be successful. Okay. And some things are going to be easier for some people and harder for others because we all just live different lives and some things scare other people and other things don't, right? So we're going to be sharing our story 30 different ways. And then we're doing the Get Fit. Okay. I'm doing live workouts every Tuesday, Thursday. If the time that I'm doing them don't work for you, then you get to schedule it in your planner for Tuesday, Thursday, or if you need to do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or something like that, the day after, to go back and watch the replay. But I'm telling you, when you hold yourself accountable, you're going to see results. And a lot of us are not where we want to be health-wise. We don't feel confident. We don't feel energized. We don't feel happy with our bodies. And so how can we help other people feel that way when we don't feel that way ourselves? And I know that if you can commit for 30 days to being a healthier, better you, even when you don't feel like it, that's when you're going to see change. And then that's when you're going to start reaching your goals. And then you're going to have the confidence to help the other people do it too. And I've really tried to make this really simple with the Get Fit program for you guys to easily be able to send it to your customers. But if you're not using it, then they're not going to be using it either. Okay, so let me just show you real quick what it looks like in case if you guys haven't seen it yet. So just little description here at the top. Okay, but here's the tracker sheet. And I had a lot of people tell me that they haven't done this yet because they don't have a printer. You guys, get a piece of paper. That's all it is a piece of paper with ink. You can put your own ink on your own paper, okay? Like literally just write week 1, 2, 3, 4, final difference from the start to the finish, your right arm, left arm, chest, waist, butt, right thigh, left thigh, weight, okay? And you're tracking this, and you're doing it every Sunday, and you're posting a picture of it on Facebook, okay? And we are kind of toying around with the idea of making a group chat for the people who are really serious. So then that way, I haven't read the other messages that we've gotten to, but we're trying to figure out a way that we really can connect as a group who are taking this seriously So that way we're holding each other accountable, because there's going to be days where you don't feel like working out. But guess what happens? When Mandy hops on that live video and she goes, Nicole, where are you? I was going to compete against you today. Then Nicole's going to be like, oh, shoot. And she's going to get her butt out of bed and she's going to do it. Right. And then writing down your 3 goals for the next 30 days. So I wrote down that I am going to have 3 days that are no sugar. I'm going to drink 64 ounces of water every day. And then I'm losing 5 pounds. So those are the goals that I wrote down here. Okay. And share these with your people and say, what would your 3 goals be? Okay. If you don't have a tape measure, go to Walmart, go to Joann's, get a little fabric tape measure. It's $1. Go to the dollar store. They actually have them there too. Okay. And don't use that as an excuse as far as why you can't do this, because if that's the thing that's holding you back from doing this, then you're not going to do it. Okay. Then some body movement information, how to calculate your macros and calories. Okay. If you've never tracked your food before and you want to lose weight, do this. Our ThermoFight X says that it is best worked with a reduced calorie diet. And if you don't even know what you're supposed to be eating for calories, and you don't even know how many you're consuming a day, and you're trying to lose weight, then you're not setting yourself up for success, and therefore you're not setting your customers up for success. So go through and read through this stuff and actually do it yourself, so that way you're knowledgeable and you can teach other people how to do it, okay? And then down here are the recipes. So if you want chicken lettuce wraps, you just click here and it takes you to chicken lettuce wraps. So this is one that you don't want to print, right? Because you just want to be able to click it. And then here are the workouts that we're going to be cycling through. And then here is your calendar that you can print, and you can write down what you're having for dinner, what you're doing for your workout, and tracking your water. And Samara, you're making me really thirsty just watching you drink that water right now. Okay. So the purpose of this, you guys, is for you to create a pack that you want to use. Okay. So me, I use ThermoFight X, Confianza. I take a probiotic at night and hydrate. These are my products. This is what I'm posting about in my story or on my page every single day in July. And you know what's going to happen? People are going to see me working out. People are going to see me looking good in my stretchy pants. And they're going to be like, I just want what you have. Can you just order me that pack? And I'm going to be like, yeah, sure. I'd love to. I know it works. I use it every single day. I love it. So I want to know, what products are you guys committed to using in July? Write it in the chat.
But what if I want to say it?
Say it.
So I am doing coffee every single morning. I actually went back to keto coffee because I had one at Tamika's and it was delicious. And then I'm doing ThermoFight X, Confianza, and a probiotic before bed.
Perfect. Skinny Brew, Keto Tea, TFX, chocolate greens, celery. Merlane, I will pray for you. And wraps, TFX, BFF, probiotic, Skinny Brew, TFX, chocolate greens, cleanse, ThermoFight, just celery, Confianza, skinny, keto, hydrate, probiotic, chocolate greens, cleanse, wraps, TFX, probiotic, Skinny Brew, celery. Hey, Brandy, I didn't see you on. Glad to see you. Skinny Brew. Okay, I'm losing them all. But I'm glad that, like, I can see that some of you guys already thought about this and you already have your game plan. So thank you. Okay, so if you don't have those products, get them ordered. If you do have them, next steps, you guys, is that you're going to take pictures and you're going to make your own stories. So my plan was to have this done for you guys today, but I don't. But I'm going to do my hair really cute. I'm going to do my makeup. I'm going to use the self timer on my phone, and I'm going to be like, and take a picture like this with my hydrate. Okay. And then I'm going to be like, and point to my ThermoFight X, or maybe I'll go like this for my ThermoFight X. Okay. And then I'm going to go like this, like for my Confianza. Okay. And I'm going to make story slides. And it's going to say like, and I'm going to do like a picture of me holding them all and like smiling. And I'm going to be like, these are the products I use every single day. This is what Hydrate does. This is what Confianza does. This is what ThermoFight X does. And I'm going to just make slides for every single one and say, do you want to get my bundle pack too? Okay. And I'm going to keep that in my stories every day in July. Every day when you flip through my stories, it will be in there at least once. And guess what? Guess what's going to happen when you look at that story every day? You're going to be like, gosh darn it, I think I want it now. And you're going to be asking me to order, and I'm going to be like, no, you can just order it yourself. It's fine. You know, but all my other potentials, they're going to be like, yes, I want that. And I'm going to be like, perfect. Here's a 100 BD pack because this is going to help you be amazing. Okay. So you don't want your story to be really long because if it's super long every single day, they're not going to flip through it. So you want to make it fun. Maybe I put these two together, you know, or like maybe I make a couple of slides, but I only have to get dressed once. I only have to do my makeup once, and I can make these story slides, and then I'm going to have them for the whole entire month. So maybe you want to make a variety of them that you can kind of like switch and swap and get some in and some out. Okay. But that's on your homework of things to do in the next 24 hours, today, tomorrow, because we can't wait till Friday. We can't wait till the 10th, because guess what? Then you just lost half your month. Okay. So today or tomorrow, get yourself dressed up, take a picture with your products, make your slides, promote this Get Fit program. I'm telling you, you guys, by sharing our story every day in a different way, that's going to sign us distributors. By talking about our products and the results that we're getting and the fun that we're having, that's going to get us customers. And guess what happens when we get customers and distributors? You make more money. You help more people. But our problem has been consistency. And so I'm hoping and praying that this simple system of us changing up the Run at the Pack chat and doing polls, that's going to hold you accountable. The Get Fit program, that's going to hold you accountable. Posting our stories, doing the workouts, all that stuff. So let me open it up to you guys before I go to the next thing. Any questions, comments, concerns that you can think of?
Tamika?
Yes.
I was at the dentist, so I missed the very first, but where is that information at? Is that in the PAC classroom the link to what you were showing us?
Yes. So I posted a video and the link in the Run at the Pack chat. If you scroll up to about a week ago, you'll see it in there. There's a video that explains it. And then the link for the
video.
You did find the video?
Mm-hmm. But the link is right there too?
Yep. And the link is also, yes, in the PAC classroom underneath the Get Fit section. There's the links from May, June, July. Like we just have been putting them all in there. And this is only for your customers. Okay, you're not posting this link on your page. Why? Because I'm trying to help you guys get customers. I'm trying to give them a little bit more value, right? Trying to give them something a little bit extra. So just for customers. If you want to use your existing customers, that's a great way to boost volume. Like, hey, if you put in a one-time order today, I'm going to give you our July Get Fit calendar. You know, so you can message your customers and say, hey, is anyone trying to be healthier? Does anyone have any weight loss goals? And you can offer a one-time order that they put in this month if they've stopped ordering, and you can send them this link for that month. And then if they want to do it again in August, same thing. Get you guys some extra volume, okay? That's my whole purpose in creating this, is to help you guys be able to give more value to your customers, because maybe you guys don't know the workout movements, right? And I do. So let me give that to you guys. And if you guys ever have healthy recipes that you enjoy, send them to me and I can put them on the August calendar, you know, and we can work together on the healthy recipes. Or if you find a workout that you enjoy doing from somewhere else, send it to me and I can put my own twist on it and we can use it for August. Okay. Maria is going to translate it into Spanish. Aw, snapped. Maria, if you do that, let me know, or when you do that, not if, but then I can save it as the PDF again and do it that way. Or if you need me to copy and paste it to you, so that way you could just do it straight in Google Translate, I can do that too, whatever would be easier. And I love you guys. If you're looking in the chat, she said done by tomorrow. Oh, that is what leaders do. They give themselves a deadline and they get it done when they say they'll have it done. So I'm excited for that. Okay. Anything else about Run with the Pack? Go ahead, Tay.
So I'm super excited because I had a customer reach out to me like 3 days ago. She bought hair, skin, and nails last year, but she reached out to me 3 days ago and said she wanted to explore weight loss options. She's miserable, but she wants somebody to teach her how to eat healthy, how to work out. And so I'm messaging her right now about this Get Fit program. So they
Perfect.
Want the value. You know what I mean? They want the value. They want these things. And this is just a tool for us to give to these people. So thank you. And I'm so excited.
You're welcome. And so you guys just make sure that you go like my fan page. So that way we can tag each other in the comments and stuff. I can't tag people that haven't liked it. And you can invite your people to like it. And if anybody ever comes to me about products, then I'll just say, like, do you already have a brand rep? Do you already have someone that you're working with? I am running ads though, so I do get complete strangers now that are liking my page, but I will make sure that I ask when people come to me first and then send them your way if they give your name. Okay. I can promise you that. So, anything else before we shift gears a little bit? All right.
I'm so excited that the workouts can be easily modified. I am heavy and I have really bad knees. And so I know that I bring in a lot of customers that are similar to me. And so I know that from doing it myself. Like I know some of us sometimes look at Tamika and think like, oh my gosh, I'm not built like her. I'm not strong like her. I could never do that. But she's really done a really good job at modifying it. And so you guys can bring that to your customers as well, that they are literally like just working for themselves and getting better for themselves and stronger. So like anybody can literally do the workouts that Tamika has presented thus far.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that too, because afterwards a couple people messaged me and they're like, well, I have a really bad back and I have really bad knees and I have really bad shoulder. And so I can't do those things. So if you physically can't do it, you can still show up and watch the live and know what's going on and invite your people to it. Like, I don't want to tell anyone they have to do something, and like, you don't need to be hurt, trying to accomplish these either. But just because like, if you physically can't do the movements, if you still stay plugged in with us, you can still like see the value that you could give to other people, even though you're not able to do it because of your own body issues. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I have one more question.
Uh-huh.
So if they are already a customer and have a customer account, do they have to order again to be invited to like the page?
Anybody can like the page.
Okay, so I can go ahead and just send it.
Yeah. And just as far as like giving them the calendar, needs to be for customers.
Okay. Perfect.
And
Hey,
if you guys,
Tamika.
yes.
So I wanted to tell you that I did the replay of your workout, and I really do appreciate the modifications that you did. Because honestly, I can't do push-ups to save my life. And I did the wall push-up, and that was absolutely amazing.
Oh, yay. Okay, that's why I didn't know you were on, because you watched the replay. So I'm super proud of you, and good job. And I watched Aubrey's story. She made a really great story just saying like how good she felt just being able to do it. And you guys are going to feel that, like, if you haven't worked out, or maybe you started going to the gym and then you quit, and then you started and you quit. But like, when you're consistent and you just do stuff that maybe you're not used to doing, it does boost your confidence so much. So you guys are going to like, just, I'm so excited to see the change that can happen in our team. Okay. If you guys can think of anything else, I'll leave time at the end. Okay, but let's go ahead and I'm going to shift gears. So I've been doing this for 5 years, and I am just absolutely thrilled that there's 42 people on this call right now, because that shows me that you really want to be successful in this business. And I know that people are at work, so that's why they couldn't be on. But I also know that there are people that are at home not doing anything, and they're still not on. And there's one thing to say that you want to be successful. There's another thing to do things to be successful. And I know this isn't convenient. I have to always make sure that my kids get their food at 11:30, and they have like emergency fruit snacks, and they're watching their pads right now. So that way I can make sure that I can be on this call. I know that some of you guys had to change your lunch break around. I know some of you guys are driving, but you did what it took to show up and be present for what something I said was important. Okay. And so I, number one, wanted to say I appreciate that, and that you guys are all leaders in my eyes. But now, as I've been doing this business for so long, I was once told the people who get you diamond aren't going to get you double. The people who get you double aren't going to get you triple. The people who get you triple aren't going to get you presidential. And like, I believed that for so long because I saw that in my business. I saw the turnover. Anybody on here want to be diamond so bad, right? And like, I'm looking at Carrie Ann right now, who just hit it for the first time a month, 2 months ago. Tay, been in 3 years, has been striving for this position. 4 years, I keep saying 3, sorry. 4 years, and now is diamond. We've got brand new people like Lilani who went diamond in 3 months. And like, everybody wants wants that diamond position, right? And so then you wonder, you're like, oh, when people get to diamond, like, how could they ever quit? Like, how can people get to diamond and they just like want to quit in the business? That doesn't even make sense to me because you guys want it so bad. But here's what happens. When people get to diamond, if they don't have the diamond mindset, if they don't have a leadership mindset, then, and they don't have the skills and problem solving, and they don't know how to like run their own team, but also work with other people, that's why they quit, is because they weren't really a diamond leader. Pam Souter says it best. She goes, do you have diamonds or do you have cubic zirconiums? How do you say that word? Can anyone say that word for me?
Cubic zirconium.
Say it again.
Cubic zirconium.
Zirconium. Okay. Do you have diamonds or do you have cubic zirconiums? And I'll tell you that if you have a diamond leader that quits, it's because they weren't a real diamond leader. And so for me, I'm like, okay, my goal was 12 diamonds. That was my goal last year. I'm like, I want to have 12 diamonds, 12 diamonds. And I counted yesterday in my e-suite from last month. And we had 12 diamonds. We had our 12 diamonds. And then we even had some double diamonds in there. It was pretty awesome. And I'm like looking at my downline orders. I'm like, oh, there's so many diamonds. It's awesome. And I'm looking to see who's paid as diamond. And I'm like, okay, based on what I know, they probably have an emerald diamond in the making mindset. So we're good there. But then there are some people who went diamond that I'm like, oh, they are not in that diamond mindset. And what happens if you're not there, then you lose it. And the last thing that anybody wants to do is hit diamond and lose it. And so I've been just trying to think, like, how do we grow leaders? You know, you guys who are at distributor and want to be Ruby, how do I grow you into this Ruby leader, in this Ruby mindset? Because you got to get there in the mind before you can get there on the chart, on the paper, in the volume. Okay. And then you guys who are Rubies, I'm like thinking, okay, how do I grow you into an emerald leader? How do I grow you into a diamond leader? Because your brain has to grow before your paycheck will grow. Okay. Your income will always match where you're at mindset wise. And so I've just been thinking, and I'm still thinking about it. But one thing that I think is important is doing the things that leaders do. So just real quick in the chat, when you think about your upline leader or even yourself, what are things that leaders do? Will you guys just put them, and if a couple people want to unmute, that's fine. I love Charlotte. Lead, will follow. I love that. Leaders need good followers too, until they're ready to lead on their own.
Leaders show up.
Oh, let's have Aubrey go first.
Oh, sorry. They are selfless.
Selfless? Okay, go ahead, Mandy.
They show up regardless of their thoughts, feelings, and emotions.
Okay, show up regardless. KPI, Kelly Jo says, run calls. They complete their own tasks. They're always there. Go ahead,
lead by example. Lead by example.
Lead by example. Get organized, have a game plan, learn every day, lead themselves.
Take it and run with it.
Say that again, Brianne.
You take it and run with it and work harder.
Take it, run with it, work harder.
Somebody let me know what goes on after I have to go because my child is screaming and my father-in-law, his chest is hurting, and we possibly gonna have to call the ambulance if it keeps on.
Okay, you're fine. We'll make sure we get you the recording. Thank you for being on for what you could be. Leaders don't give up. They hit a rank, turn around, and take their team with them. They do what they ask their team to do. Okay, consistently.
They also listen. They also listen.
Ooh, listen. Yes. Okay, so I have been doing a Leader of Leaders call since January. And in the past, this Leader of Leaders call has been for people who sign 10 or more people, complete their steps to success, or they rank up. But I was just kind of thinking, and I made a list, and I said, what is important to me in leadership? Now, just because it's me doesn't mean it's right for everybody, but because this is my Leader of Leaders call, I get to decide, right? So I was thinking really hard, and I was like, hey, what do I expect my leaders to do? If I consider somebody a leader, what are they doing? Okay. So number one, I said that they run an auto shipment. Leaders run auto shipments. They get themselves commission qualified at the start of the month. And why is that important? Because number one, it makes sure that they're already getting paid, so then they can turn around and help their team get paid, right? If you're not commission qualified, you're not even getting paid. So why would you help anybody else? So running their auto shipment. Also, we're leading by example. We're expecting our customers to run an auto shipment every single month so that we can earn our commissions. And if we're not doing that, then I feel like it's a little bit hypocritical. And so if you don't have the money to run an auto shipment, then you create the money to run an auto shipment. You pre-sell 4 wraps and get that $100 to turn around and pay for your auto shipment. And on that auto shipment, you get 4 more wraps, and you sell those for $100, to 4 different people, and you flip that money. Flip it. That's what Amber Parker did when she first started this business. Okay. But that is something that's really important to me, is that leaders run their auto shipments. Okay. And the second thing that's really important to me is that leaders show up to power hours and trainings, that they're plugged in. They know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, then you can't help your team know what's going on. And so, a lot of people are like, well, I don't work my business in an hour. Like, I can't just sit there and work for 1 hour and work my business. Or the times the power hours don't work for me, which is why the reason I'm not on. Well, we do them morning and night. And there's also a couple in the afternoon. And nothing on this business is mandatory, but I think it's important to show up to them. I have seen people go through ups and downs in their businesses, and their businesses are mostly up when they are connected on the power hours. And you guys, it's fun. We have a good time. We laugh. There's funny things that happen. We're able to share things that are going well in our business, like scripts that are working. And we're also able to share things that aren't going so well in our business and really work together to help find a solution. And maybe the solution that your upline has isn't the answer for you, but maybe the solution that somebody else who's on the call, it works for, right? Or that you get a solution for and it's going to work for. So being on the power hours and trainings. Now, this is our last noon Zoom. I am not going to be doing noon Zooms in July. And so you can take this off the calendar. I'll do calls according to when I feel like we need them on what we need them on. If there's trainings that I feel like would be beneficial. Okay, so there's only power hours from me Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then you're going to get your workout with me Tuesday, Thursday at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you're going to be able to see me every single morning. And I always tell people that if you want to stay on fire, stay close to the fire. I've been in for 5 years and I've never not been on fire. So if you really want to go far in this business, just hang out with me. Hang out with me on Zoom. Hang out with me on my workouts. Call me up on the phone. Send me a Marco Polo. A lot of people don't message me because they're like, I feel like I'm bugging you. Guess what, you guys? My phone is always on silent. When I want to be on my phone, I am on my phone. And I'm excited to hear from anyone who wants to hear from me. So take out I'm bugging Tamika from your vocabulary, from your mind, because you're not bugging me. I will get back to you as soon as I can get back to you, and if all y'all are messaging me every day, then it might take me a little bit longer, but I'm going to do it with a smile on my face, ready to help you and grateful that you came to me. And I know that all of your leaders are feeling the same way. So choose not to ostracize yourself. Choose not to feel like the pesky moth on the wall. Okay. Choose, I don't even know where these analogies come from. They just come out sometimes, but choose to feel involved and invited, because that's what you are. You join this pack and we want you to feel that way. Okay. And if you're not feeling that way, then we need to come to Jesus with your leader, and maybe they're just having a bad day and maybe they haven't learned to control their emotions yet. Okay. And I know sometimes I've said things and maybe you've taken it the wrong way, or maybe I've said things with less patience, and I can still learn and grow as a leader as well. Okay. We have to remember that we're all human. You could be having a bad day. I could be having a bad day. We could take something the wrong way, but ultimately we love everyone and we want everyone's success. And if you're not feeling that way, let's work on fixing it. Okay. Lynn said, I told her that if she wants me to if you want me to hold your hand, grab it. And that helped her hit home. I can't even read right now, but yeah, I'm like, if anyone wants to be in my back pocket, hold my hand, you just got to take it and I'll run with you. Okay. Sorry. Back to business. So power hours and trainings are really, really important. Okay. The next thing that's important that leaders do is that they sign loyal customers and they sign distributors. I'm sorry, but if you're not bringing in enrollments, then you're not really working. I signed 2 customers yesterday straight from a host post that I got made that morning. I'm sitting in my car watching my kids do their sports camp. I got my 10 host posts up. I even messaged Sarah Ives. I said, hey, I got 30 minutes. I got to get these 10 host posts up. Then we'll do our call. I made sure that I got my work done before I invested into somebody else. I got my 10 host posts up because that's what leaders do. I did a Zoom call with Sarah. People were responding back to my host post messages. And I signed 2 customers that night, complete strangers, upsold them on coffee because I got my hosted posts up. Now, does that happen every day? No. But I've signed 20 plus customers this month. I've been in 5 years. I don't even have a warm market anymore. Everyone I signed is complete strangers. I have to unfriend people so I can friend people. And some of you guys haven't even hit your 5,000 friends. Some of you guys don't have anything in your funnel. You don't have, like, I've got 4 pages of follow-ups from 400 people telling me yes this month from all the messages and posts that I've made, because I keep track of all of my yeses, which means if I have 400 yeses, that means I have 1,000 no's and left on reds or more than that, right? And so, and how many dead hosted posts that didn't get any responses or comments on, like I can't even count. I don't count because I'd be wasting my time. But if you're not signing customers and distributors, then you're not a leader and your team's not going to see you as a leader. Okay. Some of you guys have uplines that aren't signing. And what do you think? Some of you guys come to me and you're like, how come so-and-so never booms the chat? How come so-and-so never booms in the comments? I'm like, I'm not going to say it, you know? So you got to be a leader. You guys, if I wasn't signing, if I wasn't enrolling, if I wasn't booming the chat, would you respect me? Would you listen to anything I had to say? You'd be like, oh, there's Tamika, typical MLM, sitting up there on her high horse, not having to work, making everybody else do it. Heck no, I lead from the front. And there might be 2 of you that have out enrolled me this month, but the month's not over, you know? And so it's like, you have to lead by example, signing customers and signing distributors. And if you're not, you got to look in the mirror. Am I really doing what it takes consistently? Because when you do, you will enroll massive every single month. You will. Okay. The other thing that's really important is when you get your new distributors that you're helping them sign customers, that you're duplicating your work. Okay. Like it's really hard when you're the only one on your team that's signing anything, right? And so as leaders, how can you duplicate what you're doing? How can you share your scripts? How can you invite people on the power hours? How can you share the posts that are working for you with your new distributors and with your existing distributors and help set them up for success? That's what leaders do, right? Like anytime we find something that works, we're sharing it with you guys. And I know Kelly Jo posted that thing in the chat yesterday. Thanks for that, by the way. I got 3 reorders and 2 new loyal customers from using that script. Mandy posted it. She's like, I didn't get anything. And so Mandy went a different direction. So just because it worked for one doesn't mean it'll work for all. But if it works, you share it and then you just try it and you see. So Brandy said 1 new and 2 potential loyal customers from that, you know? And so definitely duplicating your work is going to help you be a leader in the future. Okay. And then the last thing that leaders do, you guys, is like I said, if you want your paycheck to grow, you have to grow your mind. You got to do personal development. And so I am making it a goal for everybody to read 2 books in July. Okay, 2 books. You can listen to them on Audible. You can read them. If your library is open, if you just go to the self-help section, I've done this before, and I just read the covers and which one sticks out to me. Then I read the back. I'm like, does this sound like a book I need? And then I grab it and I take it. But I'm not going to tell you what to read. But I want you to think about an area of growth that you really want to do better in. Okay, so for me, one thing that I really wanted to work on a few months ago was understanding food in the body better. I was like, I'm signing a lot of people who are overweight and they want to be healthier, but I don't honestly know how food works in the body. And so I read this one book, I forgot what it's called, The Obesity Code, I think is what it was. I learned so much. And it talked about thermogenesis. And I was like, oh, we have thermophyte. And it talked about how carbs turn into glucose and glucose turns into stored fat. And I'm like, oh, and we have carb control. And it got me so excited about our products because I understood how they worked better. Right now, I'm really focused on leadership. I really want to be a better leader. I really want to be more of a servant leader, giving, and then just being able to like come up with new ideas that are going to help create systems for success. So I'm really studying leadership right now. Does anyone want to share a couple, maybe what's come up in their mind as far as an area that they want to work on, business or personal related? Doesn't matter.
So I am working on leadership and how to be a more connected leader.
Okay. Anybody else have one?
I know for me, it's been a long battle with managing my finances, because I feel like when I get money, I'm like a little kid. I'm like, oh, I can get this, I can get this, I can get this. But being able to structure it better and saying, okay, I'm going to save this for taxes, because I know as we are self-employed, we will need to be paying taxes on what we're doing. Learning how to allocate that maybe percentage-wise every month and being a little more dedicated that way has been something that I've been trying to focus on more, because I know if I can't handle it at a diamond level, what's going to happen when I get higher up and I have more money that I have to worry and stress about. So I'm working on that right now, along with the leadership stuff.
I love that you shared that, you guys. Learning how to organize and take care of your finances is huge. If you find yourself being broke all the time, take care of the money that you have, and then God will give you more, and you'll find more abundance in it. So I'm so glad that you said that, Carrie Ann, because I know there's quite a few people who could benefit from that. And that is a skill to have. That is something that you learn, especially if growing up you didn't have that with your parents. So thank you for sharing that. So leadership and budgeting, connected, practicing, organization, confidence. You guys, do you know you can get books on confidence? You can get books on overcoming fear. You can get books on how to close customers, how to find more potentials, organization and leadership, being intentional, self-love. You guys, self-love is so important. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to be able to go very far at all. And I think that this is the biggest thing, you guys, is finding those walls that you have to climb over through personal development, through tools that you'll learn, so then you can continue on your journey. And then guess what? You're going to hit another wall. And then you're going to need to find a book, find somebody to help you get over that wall. And then guess what? You're going to hit another wall. And you guys, this is life. It literally never ends. And what happens for most people is they hit a wall and they let the wall just follow them. Bloop. Right? And they're just like, I quit. Meh. And then like, what good is that? Right? Like God gave us all different obstacles so we could become better people. He gave us all strengths and he gave us all weaknesses. So that way we could overcome what we chose to overcome and we could help other people. And I'm just so excited about this because we have so much strength on this team, so much knowledge, so much wisdom, so much heart, that when we all step into our greatness, we are going to be unstoppable. And that's why I'm not concerned about presidential. Like whether or not we hit it tonight, I'm not worried about it because our job is to grow leaders. And ultimately, every single one of you who want to be will be Ambassador Diamond. Every single person who wants to be will get there. And guess what? I'm going to be there with you. I can just imagine us being grandmas and still selling It Works products. And it's weird. Okay?
Y'all be pushing me in a wheelchair or something. Babe, when you become a grandma, I'm going to be like ancient.
It's fine. And like, we'll get matching PJs and we'll all meet in Florida for conference. And I mean, it's going to be, it's a fun life that we live, that we're going to live if you guys just choose to embrace the good, the bad, the ugly, the hard, the easy, the fun, the not so fun. Like, just embrace it all and just be excited for the growth that happens. So I did create this. Let me share it. This is the one thing that I created. Like I said, I wanted to be more organized, but luckily this hasn't been a complete mess. So for July, to earn the Leader of Leaders call, you just have to earn points. Okay? So the Leader of Leaders, you're going to earn leader points in the month of July. And I have no idea how we're going to track these. It's basically obviously on the ownership code, or maybe I'll have the Ruby leaders or Emerald leaders track them for their teams. And I think that this is a good way to start leadership. In fact, that's what we should do. We should have the Ruby or Emerald leaders be in charge of these for their teams. And so create a little spreadsheet or a little piece of paper or something like that where you can help your team earn the Leader of Leaders call. Okay, because it's not about just you hitting it, it's how many people can you take with you. And this month we have Sherry Linacala, which she is the number 2, Kelly Jo, correct me if I'm wrong, in the whole entire company. Maybe she's 3. Am I right or wrong?
She's number 2.
Okay. She's number 2 in the whole company, doing our leaders call. And I've done, like, you all have to know that it's scary for me to reach out to a top income earner and ask them to do a call for our little old wee pack, you know, and I know we're not little old wee, but like it's intimidating. And to have them say yes, like, I want to show up. I want to show up on a leader of leaders call with a bunch of leaders. And so for the August call, to earn the leader of leaders, you have to have 100 points. And so Ruby and above leaders will have them track their team's points. And so you're going to get 10 points when you run an auto shipment between the 1st and the 5th. You'll get 7 points if you run your auto shipment between the 5th and the 10th, and 5 points for running your auto shipment the 10th through the 15th. Okay?
You're going to have to change that to be the 6th to the 10th and 11th through the 15th.
Because you can't run an auto shipment on the same day?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I guess we could.
Well, you can decide. If you run your auto shipment on the 10th, you can decide if you want 7 points or 5 points, okay? I'll change it. I didn't even realize that. Okay, thank you for that. Then you're going to get 1 point for every power hour or training that you're on. So if you hop on mine Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if you hop on Kelly Jo's every single night of the week, if you hop on Amber's Monday meetup, if we post that there's another training or phone or another training or call, you know, on a certain day and you're on that because we posted it in the Run with the Pack chat, like, you get 1 point for every time you plug in. Okay. But I want it to, like I said, this is honor code. I want it to be because you worked the power hour. I want it to be because you actually listened to the training and took some notes. You weren't like mowing your lawn as you were listening to it. Okay. Like, I want you to be actively present there. So that way you're learning and growing and becoming a better leader from being on that power hour or training. Okay. And then also, you know, what scripts did you learn that you can send back down to your teams, you know? 2 points for every new customer that you enroll. 3 points for every new distributor that you enroll. And remember, we're getting customers and distributors because we're posting about our products daily and we're posting about our story daily. Like, this is going to come simple if you are consistent. And then you're going to get 10 points when you get 6 loyal customers for your new personally enrolled distributor, because this is what's most important, you guys. When you bring somebody in, can you help them earn $150 shopping spree? Can you help them get to that 400 club? Because once you can show them that they can do that little thing and they get plugged into the calls, then they're going to know that they can do more. I joined this business for $50. And now look at me. Why? Because I showed up to calls. Why? Because I just kept going. Okay. And then check that you read 2 personal development books, and then check that you're completing your KPI sheet daily, because that's what leaders do. And I don't care what your KPI sheet looks like. If you literally have one that says post, message, add friends, use my products, and you check it off every single day, then boom, your KPI sheet's done, because that's where you want to be. If you've got a KPI sheet that looks like mine, that's got, you know, 9 different tasks on it with all of the things. Okay, this one is in the Pat Classroom. Okay, if your chart looks like this and you check it off every day, perfect. If yours looks like Kelly Jo and you have 25 things on it, that is great for her, then perfect. It counts. Like, complete your KPI sheet daily. I don't care what it looks like. I just want you to be consistent with what it takes for you to grow your business. So is this too much to ask? Is this exciting? What are you guys' what's some feedback on it?
I love this because you literally get to choose if you're going to be on that leader call or not. You know, you get to choose. You do the things, you'll get on. You do the things, you're going to sign the customers, you're going to sign the distributors, you're going to get on the call. I love it. I'm excited.
Thanks, Kate.
I like it that you have the Ruby and above leaders keeping track of this for the entire team. I can't wait to get in and do an Excel spreadsheet and have it all ready.
And I think that that'll be the beauty, is you guys can decide what it looks like. So let's look on here, like Ruby and above leaders. Let's make sure that everyone has some kind of accountability. Okay. So like, I'm looking at Lynn, like Lynn, you don't have anyone under you yet, but you still want to be able to track this. That way, when you do, you have a system set up. And can you work with Carrie and Carrie Ann, you know, like, and be part of their system. So that way, when you get your own people, then you've got your system. You know, Asia, you do have the 3 people underneath you. Can you create something on your own that can help your team be set up for success? And like I said, the KPI sheets can look like whatever they look like. And so as a Ruby leader, sit down with your new distributors and be like, hey, what calls can you commit to on a weekly basis? How many messages do you feel comfortable sending? And then let's add on 5 more, because let's push them outside their comfort zone just a tiny bit. But can you create a KPI sheet for your team that sets them up for success? You know, and then can you have a tracker sheet that shows that they're earning this call? Because it's not just about you getting on the call, because that's great, right? But are you really going to go anywhere if you don't have a team behind you? And I know that Carrie, I don't know if she's on here, Carrie Harvey was like, I am one of Beckham! Derek is not home. What am I going to do?
Do I have to come kill your spiders too? For real, Tamika.
Come over right now.
She literally just called for her 7-year-old, you guys.
Grab a notebook and slap it.
I
You
love
can
it that
do
this is
it.
all in
I
recording,
promise it will be
too. Pull
okay.
your shoe
Oh,
off.
Beckham, give me 2 flip-flops. Run. I'm
Grab
sorry.
a notebook. I know you have some.
I want to see you kill this spider and overcome your
You
fears.
got this.
Right now. I can't
Don't
wait.
move.
You can do it, Tamika.
We just talked about
I don't even
fears.
see
That's
it.
funny. I unmuted.
Oh, I see it. You got this. See? And once you kill one, you can kill the rest of them. It's fine. I'm proud of you.
I'm moving. I'm moving.
Probably
There are
the
spiders
smallest spider
everywhere.
ever.
Tamika's like the mafia. She had to find the family now. Burn them down.
I'm sorry. Where were we?
Get your house sprayed.
Okay. I think we were done. Does anyone have any questions?
No, but I'm signing a customer. That was great, Tamika.
That was all recorded, so I can't.
Say that.
Oh my word. I don't do spiders, in case if you can't tell.
I love that. Beckham!
When you share it with your team, make sure you tell them to watch till the end.
Oh my word. Okay, so everybody make sure that they have an upline, a downline that they're keeping track of. Kelly Jo, do you have that picture saved real quick that you kept track of for the Leader of Leaders call from before?
What are you talking about?
You have your sheet for like who's.
Yeah.
Can you just send it to me in a Facebook message real quick?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Tamika, where that Get Fit thing, where do I find that again to print it?
Pat Classroom.
Pat Classroom. Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So one thing that Kelly Jo created, because she wanted to keep track of everyone's Leader of Leaders stuff for her team, so wrote down everyone's names here, how many loyal customers they signed, distributors, if they had completed their steps of success or ranked up. And then when they earned it, she just put a star next to their name. So then that way, when I ask her who earned the call, then there is a way to keep track. So this is one way that Kelly Jo did it. I think Tisha said that she was going to create a document to do it, or a Google Doc or something like that. And so let's just make sure Ruby leaders and above are keeping track for their team, or if you have anyone in your downline that you can keep track for them. And then let's make sure that diamond leaders have like a master copy, or make sure that everybody is taken care of. Is that okay to ask?
And I think if you did like, just an idea, if you did like a Google document, like if a Ruby leader created one with their people's names on it, people could go in and add their calls, and you could go in and ask them, like, what did you learn on that call that you were on today? You know, like you could have conversations about those things too, so that they're helping you, since we're not all on the same calls.
And if you guys have your own team calls, like I know Carrie Ann, you do yours Thursday night, is that right? And I know Kelly Jo does Tuesday night. You know, if you're doing your own team calls, then that counts. You know, it doesn't have to be like an all open pack call, but like if your team is invested in what content you're sharing, and you know, like sometimes those are even more powerful. Now, if you're having a team call every day, then maybe not, but like, you know, if you just have a weekly one, and the family call can count as one as well, because we need to be plugged in for that. Okay, so we've been on here an hour. I appreciate you guys. Anything else before we wrap it up?
Thank you, Tamika.
You're welcome.
I think it's really important before we go that we just all know, like, these leader of leader calls are so important. You know, I've been listening to the compound effect, and we hear it all the time. Like, you become the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So if we can take advantage of an opportunity to get around people that are making money and doing all the things, it's going to change our businesses. So I just think we need to work on really creating value. You know, this is a huge win to earn this call, and I think we just need to make sure that we're making that known to our team.
Absolutely. And I like what you say is you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So if you're not where you want to be, then you need to get around people who are where you want to be. And the best place to do that, obviously, right now is on calls and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, you guys, I appreciate you. And I will get this recording up reluctantly, but I will get it up, and then you can share it with your teams. Okay? Bye.